Hey, Portsmouth family, I need to tell you something that you might just not want to hear, or that you might just want to change to live the way you live your faith. You're resting the wrong way. Now, I'm not talking about sleeping in on a Saturday or binge watching Netflix on your day off. I'm talking about the kind of rest that God actually commands. The rest that fills your soul, that recharges your spirit and makes you stronger in your faith. The truth is, most of us are missing it completely. Today, I want to walk you through what it really means to rest in God and how you could stop, breathe, and live in His rhythm. And this might be the most important shift you can make in your spiritual walk this year. God is all in for rest. You see, rest just isn't a good idea. It's not a suggestion or a self-care tip. It's a command. In Mark 2:23 through 3:6, and in Hebrews 4:9 through 11, we see that God reminds Himself to set the example. The creator of the universe could do anything at any time, took a day to stop, to breathe, and to simply just be. Here's the wild part. When Jesus came, instead of celebrating His life and His healing power, the Pharisees condemned Him from how He lived the Sabbath. They were so focused on the rules that they missed the rest. That's what happens when we misunderstand God's heart, or we turn His gift into a burden. The Sabbath isn't about a to-do list or a to-don't list. It's an invitation. God is saying, come with me, sit down, let me carry the weight for you a little while. So here's point one. If you're going to embrace Sabbath rest, the first thing you have to do is simple, but hard. You have to stop. Now, stopping is not about putting your phone on silent or clocking out of work. It's deeper than that. It's the Jews, how they built tradition to protect the Sabbath by keeping boundaries and breaking and keeping from breaking God's law. It's where we see Jesus reminds us that the law is a guide to Him, not a fence to keep us from God. So in a modern world, stopping means creating margin in our lives. It's putting down the hustle long enough to hear God's whisper. There are 4 ways that we can do this. Number 1, you have to stop working. You weren't designed to run for 24/7. Even God took a day of rest. If the Creator rests, what makes us think that we could run nonstop and still be healthy spiritually, emotionally, and physically? Jesus is not saying to you right now, come sit with me, let's be together. This isn't laziness. This is obedience. And then we have to look at things like number 2. We have to stop thinking about work. You ever take a day off but still run through your to-do list in your head? Yeah, that's not rest. Science even tells us our bodies react to thinking about conflict the same way they react to being in conflict. That's why some of you may feel exhausted even when you're not doing anything. See, real rest means mentally disengaging, putting down the phone, stepping away from your email. Give your mind permission to breathe. And then finally, you have to stop worrying. Now, I know this one is tough. I deal with worry each and every day. Worry feels like being responsible. But here's the truth. Worry is pretending we're God. When you rest, we're saying, Lord, you've got this. I trust you when I know that I'm not in control. See, the Old Testament, God literally made the ground produce more in 6 days than in 7, just so His people could rest. You think He can't handle your bills, your job, or your future? I don't understand. We also have to stop wanting. In this culture, each and every day, we have to stop wanting. And I know it's hard. We're surrounded by ads telling us we need to do more. We need to be better. We need to be faster. But here's the thing. Constant wanting is constant unrest. Paul said godliness with contentment is great gain. When you stop chasing more, you start noticing what you already have. And the gratitude brings peace. So let's embrace some rest. I think embracing rest is really, really important. God is all you need. But you'll never feel that truth until you slow down enough to hear Him. So here's a challenge for you this week. Find a 10-minute block of time to be still before God. No music, no phone, just you and Him. And weekly, take one day where you intentionally step back from the grind and worship, laugh, eat with people that you love. Take time to plan completely withdrawing from the normal pressures and provide something to yourself, like a retreat, a weekend getaway, or something that lets you reset with God. You see, rest isn't a reward for finishing your work. It's fuel for the work that God is calling you to do. So I'm going to put this call to action to you. If this hit home, don't just move. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to comment below if you're ready to start building God's rest into your life. I want you to share this video if someone who you know is running on empty. And I want you to follow me so you don't miss another teaching that can help you dig into how rest fuels your purpose. So remember, you're not resting to take a break. You're resting to hear God, to trust Him, to live a life He's designed for you. So let's stop doing rest wrong and let's start doing it the way God intended it to be.